for Marion Butts. But now a big call for San Diego, shy of their 40, third and he throw to Harmon, and they're looking for it. Lewis Phillips makes the tackle. That's almost become an automatic call.
They could see it coming. It worked the first time, but now Phillips rotating forward just looked in, saw Harmon coming, and was right there to make the stop. But they really telegraphed that play. I can't believe that they figured it would keep being open. On the goal line just a few moments ago it was covered, and when the Bengals see that formation, they're sitting there waiting for the play.
So with 6 minutes to go, it's Price waiting for Kidd's punt. Don't think there'll be a fake here. Another fine high kick. Price is going to run it back. And tripped up at the 26-yard line. Timeout with 5:42 left. On a handoff straight ahead for short yardage, if any at all. Goes Harold Green. Gary Plummer with a tackle as Sam White signals in the plays. It's very simple, his whole signal system. And then Boomer Esiason, as he talked to us yesterday, Bill, you could just see his eyes brighten when he said, and he's given me a lot more freedom to change calls, make my own calls at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Sam believes Boomer's really matured off the field in a sense, but on the field he really knows the system and he uses good judgment.
Fake to Green. The throw to Caddis, the tight end, lost his footing, and his touchdown at about the 32-yard line, 3 yards shy of a first down.
Certain things the Bengals do that you can almost predict, and San Diego just wasn't alert to it. That counter play where he fakes the run, comes out and throws late to a tight end.
Look at this. The Chargers weren't set defensively, and so Brown now throws it high and too long. Well, there's the case intended now for Mike Barber, where in beating the Chargers to the ball and being set, actually the offense hurried so much that there really wasn't a play.
Wasn't anything there. It was third down and just short yardage. They need to control the ball, not stop that clock with an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the defense was in disarray, but the Bengals do not capitalize. It's 4th and 3.
You know, Dick, the management of a game has become so critical in the NFL. Last week you saw New Orleans make a mistake. The Chargers make a mistake. I understand New England in their judgment in using the clock late in the game. And this was an error here because Sam could have used a lot of time off that clock.
Before the snap, the whistle sounds. Might be delay of game, or let's check. Brett Cashin.
Timeout, San Diego. Timeout number 1.
Wow, Chargers used those very valuable timeouts. 1 gone, 2 remain. 4 timeout call by the Chargers at the last second. And Sam White apparently felt that they didn't call it before the snap. Here it is again. Lee Johnson sends a wobbler toward Mays. Top one, and he fumbles. Free ball, and it's picked up by the Chargers. Alertly, Darren Nelson. No, not Nelson, but Sam Seal, number 30. Oh, that was dangerous for San Diego. No wonder coaches have gray hair.
This has been plaguing the Chargers. Now they have a new man to do it, and he mishandles the ball. And they've had this problem all of last year. They thought they had helped themselves, and that basically cost them a chance not only to return it, they lost yardage, and of course could have lost possession.
Well, an alert play by Seal, picking up the rookie Mays' mistake.
Well, Mays made the team to return punts. I'm not sure he'll have too many more opportunities off something like that. That's why he's on the team, to catch the punt.
Plenty of time. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. 21-16 Cincinnati. Chargers start from their 19. Excellent protection. Oh, did he get that ball through there? Yes, to Ronnie Harmon. Talk about forcing the ball in. Harmon was dancing with 2 partners. He had Bengals on either side. Look at this.
It was just bracketed. And who knows what Tolliver was thinking, but he drilled it right between them. Almost intercepted.
Francis was right there, went right through his hands. And a shot taken by Tolliver as he threw the ball. son of a truck driver who drove a 18-wheel rig, Marion Butts. This is where you felt Butts would really take charge of the game.
I really did. That time the Bengals just fanned out in their rush, and the Chargers ran a very predictable play again, with Butts just going off tackle. They just can't afford to have those kinds of things happen. They're going to have to get bigger chunks of yardage. They're down to 3 minutes. They just can't expect Butts to take them the length of the field.
Third down. It's closer to a yard than 2, although the scoreboard says 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and a long yard. Down the middle, complete. Anthony Miller fumbles, and the Bengals have it. Lewis Phillips. Phillips, who had the interception down on the 2-yard line in this half.
Good pass protection, steps into it, throws a nice shot across the field. Miller's in excellent position here, but the ball's knocked out from behind.
Anthony Miller.
Ricky Dixon just comes through, puts the hands right up underneath, knocks the ball completely loose.
Oh, the Bengals and that secondary they like to hit. And David Fulcher, he made the big plays today and last week, and now another to get the ball back with 2:47 remaining.
Chargers now have to attack to stop this running game. Here's Brooks.
Bayless gets a hand on him, drags him down. So Anthony Miller has had a terrific day for the San Diego Chargers. 137 yards on 9 catches, but 2 of those have ended in fumbles recovered by Cincinnati.
It is so tough to break from that loser syndrome to become a winner. Sam White's went through it. Teams I've coached went through it when Sam worked with me. And the Chargers are struggling with that. Self-destructing in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they led last week at halftime. They led today at halftime 13-7.
Dominating the line of scrimmage. Then some erroneous calls and some mistakes. That awful pass on the goal line that Tolliver threw.
It was 16-14 at half as we come up with a 2-minute timeout. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Diego Chargers and the National Football League is prohibited. Eddie Brown with 10 catches, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miller 9 catches, 137 yards, but 2 critical fumbles that have cost San Diego. And now Esiason on 2nd down and 5 with 2 minutes to go. The Chargers have 2 timeouts left. James Brooks to about the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a short 3 and a quick timeout by San Diego. That'll give us a chance to bring up to date on all the scores on this Sunday in the National Football League. Miami goes 2-0. Detroit has split their first 2, and the Bears have allowed only 1 touchdown in their first 2 games, winning at Green Bay. The Jets have their first victory for Bruce Coslett, and the Rams big at Tampa Bay. It was New England squeaking by against the Colts, and Phoenix was stunning Philadelphia. The Eagles at home losing. The Raiders with a late touchdown beat Seattle at the Kingdome, and San Francisco now has defeated Washington. The Super Bowl champs are 2-0. The Giants, that's the final now at Dallas, 28-7, and New Orleans about to be beaten by the Vikings.
You know, one man missing from the Bengals sideline, a good friend, Dr. George Ballou, who's not feeling well, but I sure miss seeing him on the sideline with Sam White. He was one of the original Bengals and really a mainstay of the organization, and I just wanted to send my regards and NBC's regards.
3rd and 3. Esiason wide open as Rodney Holman And he has a first down at the San Diego 27-yard line.
You realize, Dick, how many times they've run that play, and it's been open every time. Apparently, the Chargers just don't feel it's something to worry about.
Where's the breakdown?
Over and over.
Well,
there's a linebacker, I'm sure, that has responsibility for that. And when that tight end, Holman in this case, blocks for just an instant, the linebacker loses contact, loses his concentration, and Holman breaks out, and it's going to be wide open.
Well, Billy Ray Smith usually is the linebacker lined up on the tight end. Perhaps his absence with the injury is one of the factors.
That could very well be it.
So now with the clock ticking away, it looks as if the Bengals are going to go 2-0 on the new year as they've come from behind in both weeks. Against the Jets at home last week, they fell behind early today, 13-0. Then it was 16-14 San Diego at the half. The only touchdown of this second half was Boomer Esiason to Eddie Brown, 23-yard throw to make it 21-16 as San Diego spends its final timeout. Executive producer of NBC Sports, Terry O'Neill. The coordinating producer, NBC Football, John Faratzis. The Cincinnati Chargers game today directed by John Gonzalez. The associate director is John McGinnis. Production associate Carol Larson. Technical manager Bill Perinello. Here are all the other men and women who have made this telecast from San Diego possible. And special thanks to our statistician Elliot Kalb and our efforts in the booth here. Support group Jan Chapman Jr. and Steve Marshall. Boomer Esiason with a kneel down, 53 seconds. And of course, with that 45-second clock now, this is when that just seems almost unjust that that much time should go by when you just have to kneel down. But so it is. 17 or more than 100 yards, more yardage than Sam White's Bengals. But the big numbers are on the board on Cincinnati's side. A victory, 21-16. We'll have more from San Diego.
Always sold out for the Seahawks. Tonight they meet the Cincinnati Bengals here on Monday Night Football. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Gifford along with Al Michaels and Dan Deerdorf. Happy you're with us as this long NFL weekend comes to a conclusion. We think we have a very interesting matchup for you. The Bengals come into tonight 3-0. They like to remain undefeated with San Francisco, the Raiders, and the Giants. And, of course, for the Seahawks, well, it's a different